Yes, people. We back again with another one. We got a special one for y'all tonight. Yeah, we got a special one tonight. We got some guests that's going to be joining us from the Soca Warriors YouTube space. They cover the Trinidad and Tobago team. We had a couple conversations pre-match. So no, we got to follow it up post-match because there was a lot of things that were said. And we want to make sure that we hear what their thoughts and opinions are based on how the game went from their point of view. Yeah. So definitely on your way in, don't forget to like and subscribe. It's free 99. You heard me. It's free 99. Like and subscribe. Don't cost you nothing. Just hit that like and subscribe button. And definitely, you know how we do it over here. One Father God. God is the greatest. Yeah, God is the greatest. Whoever you call God. Yeah, it could be Allah. Could be Selassie. Could be Buddha. Harry, whoever you call God, just know that God is the greatest. I want to thank my Lord and Savior for another one, because without him, none of this would be possible. Without you, my people, who continue to like and subscribe, this also wouldn't be possible. You know, on this platform, how we go, we keep it objective. Yeah, we banter, we have fun, but we also got to keep it objective. Very, 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 very important that we keep it objective. And therefore, I thank each and every one of you for showing up tonight. Different setup. Yeah, because we're going to have a panel. So it's going to be a different setup altogether. 6 for 6, ladies and gentlemen. 6 for 6. The mission in the September window was 6 points. And we accomplished the mission. Was it the best? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. But the mission wasn't for it to be the best. The mission was to get 6 points. Now, you know my stance. I want to see a good style of football that leads to wins. Not just get wins, because when we bump into them teams that are playing good football and getting wins, we're going to struggle. So we're going to get into all of that. We're going to go get into everything that went on in the game. We're going to break it down a little bit. And we're going to have some fun. First and foremost, you know we got to have some fun. Yeah, we spend time. Take your time to come here. We definitely going to have some fun. So first off, you know we got to bust a blank. And we're going to bust our next one. For all you back there that's liking, commenting, and subscribing. You understand? Thank you so very much. As you can see, it's a total team win. Total team win. The boys went out there. They did the best they could together with what the coach calls inexperience, which I don't really like. But nonetheless, they went out there, they put the performance together, and they definitely showed their class. I don't know, man. It was a tough one. It was a tough one. So I'm gonna give you all let me say a few more minutes. Then I'm gonna bring my first guest onto the panel, and then we're gonna talk about how his point of view from the game, sitting and watching it from his TV set or computer screen or phone screen, wherever he was watching it. Yeah, I want to know just how he thought the game was. So definitely. Let me lay some ground rules first and foremost. Yeah. On Nexus Sports Talk, it's all about respect. You guys show some respect. Yeah. Don't come in here and slander the guests and talk bad about the guests and talk about this and that. No, we got to keep it respectful. Keep it respectful. Keep your comments respectful, because you already know you up out of here if you don't keep it respectful, especially when we got guests on the show. When you're talking to me, I could care less. You say what you got to say. The phone lines are definitely open, 416-771-4338. You can call in and let me know what your thoughts are on the game. Whether you're a Soca Warrior fan or you are a Reggae Boyz fan, let me know. Wagwan. All right? So let me waste no time. I'm going to bring on first guest onto the show. We're going to have a quick conversation. Yeah, this is from the Interception Pod. Yeah, big up to the one. Hold on. I took you off stage. There you go. Big up to the one. Louis Wagwan.
Yo. What's up, everybody? Glad to be. First time I'm making an appearance on the Next Up Sports Show, so happy to be here. Not the best circumstances, but honored to be on the channel nevertheless.
Definitely. Big up yourself. I'm wondering what's going. Oh, there we go. Hold up. Hold on. Yeah, so go ahead and let us know. First of all, let the people know your channel, and definitely let us know what your thoughts are on the game, so everybody can get an understanding of what you thought of it from your point of view.
Yeah. Well, Leo from the Interception, of course, we're a Trinidad-based football page, media house. We cover local football from our secondary school league to the national team, of course, which we're going to talk about today. We also talk about some Premier League and club football as well, but mostly the local scene. So you can check us out. I see Eagle Republic saying big up, so big up to you as well, and big up Francis. Thanks again for having me on the show. Yeah, let's talk about the game. We did have a lot to say.
Hold on, before you go into that, let me not cut you real quick. I realized that I wasn't even seeing the chat. Big up to everybody in the chat. Big up Eagles Republic. Yeah, we live lessons. Big up yourself, Young Cryptic. What's blank for that one? Yeah, you did tell me for real. Big up to Just Chillin'. Big up yourself. Big up to J.A. Hummingbird. I definitely Reggae Boyz fan. Welcome, Mr. Trini. Yeah, man, go on, big up yourself. Big up to Louis Lewis. You don't know. All right, go ahead, Louis. We're going to bring on the next guest in a few minutes. Yeah, the man himself. And he got on. You wait and see. Go ahead.
Yeah. Talk about the game. As I said in my match review, it was frustrating. 3 offside goals, marginal. The third one, of course, was pretty obvious. And then the kind of goals that we conceded as well. To me, no disrespect to Jamaica, but I think those 2 goals were kind of gift wrap for you guys. I mean, as I said, you all played the better football. You were probably the better team as well. But I feel like we kind of gave away those 2 goals to lose. And then, of course, we didn't score. So it was really a frustrating performance from our side.
Okay. Frustrating performance. We're going to dive more into that. We definitely going to bring on the next guest on the show right away. We're going to get this conversation moving. Yeah, big up to the one, Levi. Oh, my days. No shame, Levi.
No shame.
Yeah, I can see your eyes now. There we go. Big up yourself. Just
Wagwan.
Yeah, man, bless up the fans right away. Let them know what your thoughts are on the game. Then we're going to dive into it.
Yeah,
get into the comments.
As Leo said, it was disappointing and frustrating. I mean, to me, both teams didn't play anything spectacular. And again, as Leo said, those goals were, I wouldn't even call it gift wrap. It had to be something more. I don't know why it was like, here, just take this. Take this. The 2 goals were like that. I don't think you all play the better football on the day, and that's just how I feel. But again, you all won, so congrats on that. You all did what you all had to do, and we'll bounce up again. Don't worry. All you had to come. You see what going on around me? All you had to come there. You see, that's how it's full out of stadium. I noticed how the stadium wasn't full. Like a holiday in the office.
It's okay. We're gonna get into all that. This is about y'all tonight, yeah, because I remember you saying that this is gonna happen and that's gonna happen, and I also had a few things that I said that's going to happen in terms of players going into your lineup and they're gonna get cooked. And oh boy, did it really happen? So we're gonna dive into that. But Louis, I want to know from your standpoint, do you think it's a tale of 2 halves? Do you think the game started off? What was a better half for you in that game for the Trinidad team?
It was weird because I actually think we got off to a bad start. Jamaica had the better start. Of course, you all had a load of corners, a lot of pressure on our backline, and we were probably lucky to not concede early on when you all were actually creating chances, which is another frustrating thing. And then we grew into that first half. We actually were playing well. We were progressing the ball. I mean, we didn't create any real quality chances other than probably the goal, well, the offside goal. But yeah. But I think we actually had a decent whole game. I mean, other than the mistakes made and the offsides, of course, I think we actually had it was a okay performance. You know what I mean? So I wouldn't even say it was a tale of two halves. I would say it's a tale of two defensive mistakes and a tale of three offside goals.
Okay. All right, Levi, let me know what you're thinking in terms of your thoughts on the two halves, the first half and the second half for your team.
Yeah, to me, it was a consistent performance from us. I mean, I know after the first offside goal, you all were like scared because it looked kind of, it looked like it really scored. Again, it was consistent throughout the game. You all had the better opportunities, obviously, but we didn't do this thing where we come out the second half and we were fighting more. I think we did it in the first half as well. So kudos to the guys on that, because that's something we are working on. And again, two sides were sloppy and one came out on sloppy top.
Why for that?
Why?
Sloppy top. Why for that, big boy? Listen, I want to tell you something though. At the end of the day, for me personally, the first half, I felt like we came out, we started with a lot of energy in the first half, which we don't normally do as a Reggae Boyz team, but we came out with a lot of energy. But there was a point in time where for about, I don't know, maybe 7 to 10 minutes that we couldn't get out of our end of the field. Yeah, because the Trinidad team had a lot of pressure. They had a lot of pressure on the back line. But I felt like at the end of the day, we went in with the game plan to stretch the field, in my opinion. This is my opinion. Obviously, I'm not part of the coaching staff. To stretch the field, use the skill sets that we have. So one of the weapons that we have is Ronaldo Cephas. And right away, I can see that Dwight York, who said he got no fear, he feared Ronaldo Cephas. Do you know why he feared Ronaldo Cephas? Can you guys tell me why?
No, you tell me why. You tell me.
Louis, do you know why?
No. No.
I'll tell you why. No, because he knew if he didn't put Josiah Trimingham to double up with Rio Cardines, barbecue chicken. Barbecue chicken. He spent the whole entire night focusing on Ronaldo. He needed to help the young 19-year-old and make sure that every time he beat Cardines, who was right there? Trimingham. Every time he beat Trimingham. You understand? Yeah. And I told you on that left side with Cephas going to the left, you're gonna have some trouble. Same thing I said on the right side. Yeah? That Tyrese Campbell was going to be a big threat for our team going forward. Not only that, Rampersad is going to have a long evening, a long night, because he was alone in that midfield. Yates wasn't going to. Yes. Yates wasn't going to help him. And Frederick's really good player, but he's young. To me, I felt like he played best in the midfield, in my opinion.
Yeah, that's my man of the match, actually.
For a young player. But he had Isaac Hayden problems. There wasn't much he can do there because Isaac Hayden was, every time he turned on the ball, he got to pass the ball off to Rampersad or to Sealy. Yeah, I think Sealy, and Spicer. Yeah. Next to Lambakisa,
Talk your talk.
Double strap. Seatbelt. Strapped him in. Double seatbelt strap. All night long. All night long. What's a blank for that one? Yeah, so I'm giving you the tale of the first half. Now, I must say, Levi Garcia, extremely dangerous. Extremely dangerous. But we got a dude in the back line that's rock steady. Yeah, he doesn't get too high and he doesn't get too low. Yeah, in Greg Lay. And Greg Lay showed up. He knows his angles really well. He knows his position really well. He didn't give Levi not even a foothold to get an opportunity to get his shots off or to get where he needed to go. Did you guys see that happening? Let me know what your thoughts are.
The thing is with Levi, obviously you can see he's not a natural number 9. So his looking across the line and his spacing ratio, like he doesn't understand the space of a number 9 as well as other players. So I think that contributed a lot. You can see it in the game. He wasn't looking along the line. That's why he was caught offside so many times. He was looking at the ball. I think you all did pretty well on him defensively, but he did get 3 offside goals. I mean,
Yeah.
You mean
And
he put the ball in the neck 3 times after offside?
Let me ask you a question.
Go ahead.
After the first one went in, what was your thought?
After the first one went in?
Yeah, the first offside goal. How you feeling at that point?
Me personally, I already knew before that. Because remember, I just said for about 7 to 10 minutes, y'all was pressuring us.
Yeah.
So I'm like, are we looking a little bit shaky? We looking a bit nervous. So, yeah, I wasn't feeling the greatest, but I knew that if we can get the ball in the other end of the field, we'd be okay. Once we can get the ball away from Spicer, away from Garcia or Sealy, we'll be okay. Because see, for me, I realized because I watched it. Remember, I told you I watched it 4 times.
Yeah.
Rampusad is a decent midfielder, yeah, but he needs the progression of a Molina and a Phillips. He can't do it himself. He doesn't travel well with the ball. So because he doesn't because he doesn't travel well with the ball, I told you, John Russell is gonna close down that gap. He has to pass the ball, and once he give the ball up to Yates or Fredericks, it was over. It was up to the defensive midfielders to make sure that they turn over, which they did, and we went back the other way. You understand? So for me, that was the biggest, I think, achievement. Our midfield isn't the greatest. I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. Our midfield isn't the greatest, but they showed up that night in terms of shutting down. Because you like to play through the midfield a lot. That's how you play. Correct or incorrect?
I think we were forced to play through the midfield because Spicer and Sealy wouldn't have any best of games.
Yeah.
But even when you played Curacao, you played through the middle with Phillips and Molina.
Because Molino had a really, really good game. And again, Spicer and Sealy didn't have the best of games. But normally our game plan is to get it to those and get them to the bar line to put a cross in and stuff like that. But because they wouldn't have any best of games, we were forced to do that. And Yates, I would say Yates isn't our to usually he's
not our most competent player.
yeah, he isn't our most competent player.
No.
Go ahead.
Ironically, I agree with you, Levi. I don't think he's a bad player, but there were definitely players that should have played ahead of him, given the absence of Molino. And I'm sure we'll talk about it later. Nathaniel James, you saw the difference when he came on, and it's like, what, everybody in Trinidad and Tobago, why didn't Nathaniel James start? And we'll never know. But the ironic thing with Yates is like, if Levi wasn't offside, Yates would have had 2 assists yesterday, which is crazy because he played the ball for the first goal and the second goal, and it was 2 decent balls. And actually, the first chance that we created as well, it was a Kobe Henry header. I think Yates actually did well. A ball kind of deflected back out to him. And I believe that was one of the first attacks that kind of started our wave in the first half. He kind of crossed it into Kobe Henry. Remember that chance? And Henry headed it over. I don't know if you all remember that one. So, although I don't think Yates had the best performance, and I don't think he should be starting, he did create some chances. So I'm wondering if we had some more kind of industrious midfielders in there, Levi. I don't know what you think about this. And he just has the sole role of being a creative player. You think he could do well? Like, I mean, obviously he can't start over Molino, but
Who, Yates?
Yeah.
Nah, boy.
Okay.
Nah.
No, I did. That was not a gender question. That was a genuine question.
I actually
Okay.
think if Wayne Frederick played higher up, it probably would have been different because I think even though
Yeah.
he started slow, he grew into the game pretty well and gained a lot of confidence in the game. And I think
Yeah,
he
he
would have
was
done
really good.
a better job than Sealy where
But he
Sealy
couldn't
was
though.
playing.
But he couldn't.
No, what I mean, like if he was playing where Sealy was playing.
But yeah, but see that would have been the problem for y'all because it would have took away from your midfield.
Mm-hmm.
If you push
Yeah.
him high pitch, then the counterattacking for us would have been
Yeah.
second to none because you'd have had again. You would have had
Yeah.
you'd have had Cephas, which I'm not really like. I'm keeping it 100. Like this, his skill set, it's God given. Yeah, that speed is God given. You born with that. But I feel like he can
Yeah.
do better with the ball. But just the fact that he took one of your, you would say, arguably your best defender, he pretty much took him out the game. He literally took him out the game.
Mm-hmm.
True or lie? He left Kobe Henry on an island by himself.
Well, in what instance? I'm confused.
Huh?
In what instance?
In what instance? Every time he had to make sure that he had one eye on the ball and one eye on where Cephas' movements are.
Mm-hmm.
So Kobe Henry
Yep.
literally
Cardines.
covered a lot more grounds than he was used to covering.
You mean Cardines?
No. I'm saying he had to. No, Josiah Triminhan had to help Cardines so much that it left Kobe in the middle of the field by himself.
Yeah.
He couldn't really focus and be the quarterback that he's used to being on the back line, Josiah Trimingham. He had to make a decision a lot of the times. So Kobe Henry was really left by himself. Now I remember you saying the last time we was on a stream, both of y'all, that you're not really a fan of powders, correct?
Well, we're not really a fan of Powder any midfield, but I think since coming in as a left back, he's been all right. I wouldn't say he's been world class, but I don't know if it's a case where he did have a decent game, but I don't know if it's a case where our expectations of him were so low that him coming in and playing that left back to a decent standard was like, okay, not bad. You know what I mean?
And another thing is,
go ahead.
Another thing is, in the two games, I don't know what it was, but to me, they were playing on the other side.
Yeah. He didn't have much action.
He didn't have much action to say, well, he getting tested regularly to see how he would do because, again, you all were playing into Cephas so much.
But the problem, I can tell you why, though. I can tell you why. We were really concerned. We're kind of concerned with Spicer. So our right winger was playing back a lot to play that double team on Spicer to help out. So there wasn't really like with the run back and the playing defense, the outlet to go to the right side of the field wasn't really there because he spent a lot of the time, again, worrying about where Spicer is, how his movement is, you know what I mean, to help because Fredericks was really playing him in a lot of the times.
Yeah, but that kind of solidified our point with Powder because, I mean, there isn't any pressure on you if the wing back is going up and down. And when he does have the ball, the defender behind isn't overlapping. So, Powder just...
But when he did, though, he got beat.
Yeah.
When the ball did go, he got beat a few times. A couple of those goals should have scored. You know that.
Yeah.
But hold on, you got a question. You got a question. You guys like up the live, man. It's free 99. You know we like free. It don't cost you nothing. You know we like free. We all like free. It's free. Just hit that like button, man. It's free. 99. We got a question from Jay Hummingbird. She said, what the Lord? Hold on a second. Oh, there we go. She said, what if any aspect of your game have improved since getting your new coach?
I think we play more openly. Under our previous coach, we were a defensive team. We would play on the counter-attack more than usual. I think now under Dwight York, the players feel a little more confident going forward and keeping possession of the ball. And I think that's the main thing. That's like the most noticeable thing you can see when you watch Dwight York team compared to Angus Eve team.
Yeah. I think something else that has improved and it could still improve is player selection. So there was, question marks over some of the players that the previous head coach Angassi was leaving out, like the likes of Spicer. He was blatantly being left out by Angus Eve, and Dwight has come in and used them, and obviously he's one of our better players. And there are some other players who have come through under Dwight, and that's not really an improvement in terms of the team performance, but just the setup on the whole. Having access to some of these players, like even Kobe Henry. Who knows if we would have ever seen him under Angus, and yeah, so I think that's definitely something that has improved, but still can, because if you talk to a lot of Trinis, you'll hear them say, hey, they have this guy playing in Belgium, centre back, keeping clean sheets every day. And, we still don't have access to him. So I think there's still pressure, or we need to put pressure, whoever needs to put pressure on Dwight and Russell Latapy to scout a little more, because we have a lot of talent out there, and we need players. It's clear to see. we need players.
I think that's one of the biggest faults that the Caribbean countries have, that we don't do a good job of scouting and recruiting players. Your team, my team. Well, Curacao is doing the best they can right now. Suriname have taken them Dutch players. But to be honest with you, we struggle when it comes to recruiting. I don't know why is that, because you guys are just having the rule now change where if your grandparents was born in Trinidad, it's now becoming a thing. For us, it's been that way. But the process to get your paperwork is so long. It's so strenuous. Players that are playing in Europe, in the USA, and they're just being overlooked. Like, what are you guys' thoughts on that?
I think it's a more resource thing, because you have to put resources in scouting. Scouting, you need to set up a network. It's more like you have to go and watch these players. Even if you're not going and watch these players, you need to see their games. I mean, you have to pull it from somewhere, and you need a dedicated team to just do that. Don't study anything else, just do that. And I think that's the main concern, the resource of setting up a scouting network.
Yeah.
It costs a lot.
But what do they got Y Scout, right?
Y Scout?
Yeah, it's a scouting site where it tells you the list of all players from around the world. You pay for a service and you get all their information. You get everything.
You get all the games, everything?
You get everything. So they're literally making it available to you where you can sit in front of your computer and you got the information.
So we had to tell Dwight to come and more.
But I wanted to bring up an interesting point to you. So outside of Phillips and Molina, is there any other experienced players that was missing from your squad in this window that would have made an impact in either games?
Yeah. One for me is Dante Gill. Even though I don't know if you're familiar with him, he was without a club because he just been released from PSV's youth setup in Holland. And he recently got back a club. And I think that's the reason Dwight didn't pick him this round. And to me, he's one of our most versatile midfielders. We'll see him in the future, obviously, but keep an eye out for him. He should have been in this team. I think he would have made a difference in these last two games.
Yeah.
Same thing, Louis?
Yeah, he would have been a good one. No, this is a controversial one, Levi, and because I asked you all earlier, I don't know how familiar you are with Aubrey David Francis. I'm not sure if you know of him.
There's a controversial topic.
Yeah, this is a very controversial one, but I do think that he wasn't in the team, and Levi, to be honest, although Kobe and Trimmingham did well, I feel like, I don't know, Trimmingham was good against Jamaica, If it wasn't for him, it would have been uglier,
I can just imagine.
He cleaned up a lot off the doorstep. A lot.
Yeah, he was good.
But
and the thing is, he wasn't even great.
I can imagine how Aubrey David and Kobe Henry backline, and to me, that's much better than a Trimmingham Kobe Henry backline.
Yeah, because you see, the thing is, Francis, what Aubrey David brings. I don't know how much you know about him.
Not
right?
that
But
much.
he played,
So give
right?
me some information. Go ahead.
He played. He's a local. He's a centre back. He played at in Costa Rica in the Costa Rican top league for a team called Saprissa, and they won. And he was one of their top players, and he's good. And I think the difference he would have brought as opposed to Trimmingham is maybe on ability. Both of them could be similar. Chimmingham is probably younger and fitter, obviously bigger and stronger. But I think Aubrey David might have more experience. And Kobe Henry, as Levi rightfully said, they would have done well together because Kobe Henry has the ability. But I think with the guidance of a man like Aubrey David, I don't think. Okay, that first goal, right? Who would you blame for that first goal? Who
Yes.
who who do, who do you think? Anybody? The first goal.
What do you think, Levi? I'm gonna answer after you. You're the guest.
Shermanham, it was Shermanham's fault because Sherman had the opportunity to clear the ball. I don't understand what his thought process was if he thought Denzel was coming, because usually if in that situation, as a former player, you would hear your keeper call, and then you would stretch your hand to let your other defender know your keeper calling, so leave the ball. And to me, Shermanham just put up his hand and was like, "I tired, so you should cover me."
I'm glad you said that because I
Uh-huh.
specifically told you on the last stream, Levi, that Smith, shaky boy. He's shaky back there.
No, but
Shaky.
I don't even think it was his fault because he shouldn't have even had to come out there. Sherman had the opportunity to clear the ball. He was literally steps away from the ball, like 2 steps away from the ball.
Yeah,
And
but
what was the striker name for y'all? What's his name?
Kadamartri. Bailey.
Adamatri. He
Yeah.
was behind. He was behind. He had time to get past Sherman, and same time Kobe Henry was coming across. And obviously, when your momentum going that way and the ball going this way, you're gonna get beat. And to me, Kobe Henry still did well to even get a slight tackle in front of him. I mean,
But I think that Denzel should have made some type of communication with Trimmingham, because I told you, didn't I tell you he's worried about CFAs even when he's not on the ball. All those CFAs problems.
but the ball that led to the goal, it was a no pressure ball. I don't know if you remember what happened.
That goal,
it was a no pressure ball.
That goal was so against the run of play. It's crazy. It's like I was so hopeful at that point in the game because as Francis said, in that period, Jamaica could not get out of their half. Casey Palmer kicking out at Wayne Frederick. I was like, what? Where that came from? People like Jamaica seemed rattled. And I was like, okay, we could talk about that too, by the way. That was a heated moment as well. But that's to show you where Jamaica's head was at in the game, because I think they were caught by surprise. They didn't expect that from Trinidad, because especially the way the game started, Jamaica was having their way with us. And it's like, a little 1-2 chances, the offside goal scored, and it's like, whoa, this team came to play today. So that when that goal scored, I was like, oh my goodness, we literally just gift wrapped a goal for them. Like literal Christmas present. We didn't even wrap the gift. We just put it there and say, yeah. Just take it. So
and
you see the thing is, wait, just now, Francis. Hold on. Let me finish. Credit to Bailey, Credit to Bailey for pressing. You always have to give credit to strikers when they score those kind of goals, because there's persistence to get the ball and these kind of things. But for me, I used to play defense, and I wasn't the best defender, but I know you have to know when to be no nonsense. Even if you don't hear communication from your goalkeeper as the more experienced centre back, brother, deal with it. Don't feel anybody covering or deal with it.
One of the first things a defender learns when he's defending a ball in the air is don't let it bounce. Just get it out of there, regardless. Don't let the ball bounce. And that ball bounced 4 times.
I wish I could show y'all like YouTube kind of funny with it, but I'm gonna explain to you exactly because I have it on this screen right here, and I'm gonna break down the plays so that we have it live. I just can't show it on screen because YouTube funny. But y'all like up the live, man. Come on, we here
Okay.
talking about post match. You go ahead and you like up the live, like it's free 99, free 99. You don't know the thing.
Like up the live, free 99.
It's Reggae Boyz. Forever. One Reggae Boyz. One Reggae Boyz.
By bond that.
Big up
Soca Warriors.
comment section. Big up to Giovanni Henry. Big up to Pharma. Big up to Campos 23. Father Bling. Big up yourself. Conrad Smith. Big up yourself. Yeah, you told me Russell. Definitely. Russell had the clamps on Rampusat. John Russell. Boy, he had the clamps on Rampusat. He couldn't do nothing that game. Big up to Eagles Republic. Yeah, man. Danny Dredd. One Danny Dredd in the big. Jermaine Johnson. Big up yourself. You already know what it is. One Reggae Boyz. Let me run through this play real quick, okay? So it was a throw-in from Cardine. Yeah, started, right? All right, boop. So I'm going to give you the play-by-play because I can't show you, right? Cardine's throw it in. Massive header from Greg Lay. Who's that was guarding Greg Lay? That was Rampusat. He didn't even jump. So he threw the ball to Rampus. He didn't even jump. So it was a clear header for the left back in Greg Lay for the Reggae Boyz. Head the ball right in, right? Like I told you. I'm going to show you this frame. Let me see if I can show you this frame right here. Let me show if I can show you this. YouTube, don't listen. YouTube, stop it. Hold on. Let me see if I can show. Hold on. Wait. Hold on. Oh man, hold on. I want to show you this footage right here. How do I do this? Yep, share my screen. Boop. Yeah. You're good to go. All right. Can you see? Can you see my cursor?
Yeah.
What did I tell y'all? Kobe Henry. The ball fell between Josiah Trimingham and Kobe Henry. They both pointed at each other. Both of them pointed at each other. Are you going to get it? Am I going to get it? Are you going to get it? Who going to get it? You going to get the ball or am I going to get the ball? You see it right there?
Yeah, but who's closer to, like, okay, whose side of the pitch on your defense is that? Like, who's supposed to cover that side?
Who's supposed to cover that side?
Yeah, because Cardines is already in a position where
he's doing the throw-in, right?
Yeah,
out of the play.
Yeah, he out of the play.
But I told you. What did I tell you? Trimingham had specific instructions, in my opinion. This is my opinion. Keep one eye on the ball and one eye on Ronaldo Cephas. Okay, so I'm gonna play. The ball's gonna fall. What? Actually, to be honest with you, let me run it again. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna be very, very honest with you. The ball.
He know.
Hold on. I'm gonna see if I can free. No, well, look at this play. Look at this one right here. Hold on. Look at this one.
Yeah.
Francis, don't show me no different angle. Show me the angle.
No, look at it. Look at it right here. You see the ball right there fall?
Yeah.
So technically the ball fell closer, in my opinion, to Kobe Henry. Because the ball kind of went by Josiah Trimmett. Like the force of the header, if you'd have went to actually get the ball, he would have missed it. Like the ball would have went by him.
Yeah, okay, that's okay, no. The ball would have went by him, but put some pressure on the ball.
Put some pressure, yeah. That's my issue. So it's like, to me, after that...
Hold on, the problem was, it was Rampusat. That was the problem for you guys. Good for us.
I mean, that's the side.
No,
that's the root.
That's the root cause.
Yeah, exactly. He gave a free header, and the force of the header, remember, Trimingham wasn't expecting the ball to come back with that type of force right away, so he was out of position. He was almost covering the left back position for Trimingham. For Cardine. And what did I tell you? He left Kobe Henry on an island.
So I'm gonna ask you this, right? When the ball does come over, and Kobe Henry is the person in front of, well, I would say sort of in front of, what's his name? Katamari?
It's Katamari, yes.
Katamari.
Yeah.
Where is the pressure going to come from to help Kobe Henry, not the other defender, which would have
No,
been Sherman in that situation?
Yeah, but he left him on an island. I told you that from the beginning.
Yeah, but okay. So Kobe Henry did slow him down a bit.
Yes. Well, you kind of chopped.
If Sherman was on his bike, okay, we already react late, and he was on his bike. You don't think he would have at least helped?
You know Trinidad don't got that type of speed. You know that, Levi. Stop it. You know he ain't got that type of speed. Louis know it too. Louis, you know he ain't got that type of speed. Once that ball go by Trinidad, he's jogging. I'm watching it. He literally jogged.
That's my thing. So I know he doesn't have the speed, but at least make an effort, boy. I find like when I saw the ball pass, and you're right. Kobe Henry was, as you say, on an island.
He's on an island.
But at the same time, sometimes defending is situational. And it's like, if you see a passage of play happening, do something about it.
Because you are a defender.
But also, don't forget, guys, like up the live is free $99. The thing about it you gotta remember too is that both Trimmingham and Powders was ball watching. Both of them. They were ball watching. So when the Catamartiri took that ball and chopped it on his right foot, Kobe Henry was going the opposite direction. So when he chopped him, there was no recovery. None.
Yeah.
Brilliant finish from Bailey Catamartiri for his first goal for the Reggae Boyz. You got to give him that fantastic finish. Fantastic finish from one Bailey Catamartiri. You understand? But think about it. The play started from the mistake of not even challenging the throw. You guys had the throw-in. The throw-in was in your favor. Yeah? So the root cause, Rampersad not even jumping up and heading the ball, giving Greg Lay, which is a amazing in the air, heading the football. He's fantastic at doing that. So it was an advantage to us. You get what I'm saying? So when he had the ball and both your defenders are looking at each other like this, yeah, you can't give Bailey that type of opportunity. Yeah, you can't give none of our strikers that type of opportunities. Curtains. Curtains. Yeah. So the reason why I was asking you who's that player, because we were missing 8, I'd say really 5 or 6 first team players due to injuries. So when Levi is like, you see the stadium behind me? I'm saying, bruv, we were missing like 6 of our, like, according to most people, like our best ballers.
Yeah, or there's missing 6 your best ballers and about 20,000 in the stand.
But Francis, let me ask you this, right? Like, that's fair. That's a fair analysis. But as a, because I was talking to my uncle earlier, right? And he's from Jamaica, and he was like, "Boy, Leo, Trinidad have the better team. Like, we play better." That's what he was telling me. I'm saying, he was like, "We play better, but somehow with this Jamaica team, we just know how to get the results." Right? I don't know what's your views on that, but are you? Obviously, you'll be pleased with the win, right? Obviously, 3 points. You all had a good, 2 games. But in the Trinidad game specifically, Bermuda, of course, was impressive, right? But were you, like, how do you actually feel, aside from winning, how do you feel about the performance and how you won the game yesterday? Like, objective, as you said at the start, objectively, what are your views on, yesterday?
One thing for sure and 2 things for certain. I'm always gonna talk the truth. Yeah. The reason why I talk the truth is I love the football. Yeah. I don't love man. I respect the players. I respect any footballer. Yeah, and all footballers. But I respect the game more. Hold on. My football is always nearby. Always. You see it? Always. I respect the game. So I'm always going to talk the truth. And for me personally, the performance wasn't the best. It wasn't the best. There's a lot of moments in the game where I felt like we made honestly, if you guys had Molina and Phillips, man, the progression through the midfield, I think would have gave us some trouble, 1,000%. Yeah, but it's so fortunate for us that you had the young fella Fredericks in it that played fantastic, and Yates that wasn't really, you know what I mean? It's so much that it seems like Sealy was playing both his and Yates' position. Let's be honest.
And Silly was having a bad game on top of that.
Come on, he was having a bad game because he had Isaac Hayden problems, man. Come on, man.
I mean, yeah, but
he got respect, man. You guys show some respect, man. He was having Isaac Hayden problem. He didn't want no problems with Isaac Hayden. And we missed him because he got a yellow card too. Yeah, he was about to bite somebody's boot lace for sure. And it definitely happened. Now, I got to be fair. We should have had 2 red cards in that game. I'm going to be honest. We should have had 2 red cards in that game. If I'm being honest and fair. Yeah. The one where Casey Palmer kicked the powders in his and he came up. Lord fire kick though.
Yeah, boy. That was Frederick. Yeah, Frederick.
And the second one where Kaheem Dixon did the back heel and kicked Kobe Henry in his face. That was also, potential red card, if I'm to be honest. But aside from that, like, the game was really, it was supposed to be controlled through the middle for you guys. Yeah? But it wasn't going to happen because we're going to play the ball over the top. We play the ball over the top. That's how we going to put it over the top, because we know that if Cephas can get on the end of it, or Tyrese Campbell can get on the end of it, Powders and Cardines is cooked. Yeah, and I told you, but not only does Trimingham have to worry about Ronaldo, he also has to worry about Bailey Cadamarteri because of the pace that he comes with. So he had his hands full all night because he know Kobe Henry, good young player, but it wasn't gonna happen in that type of regard.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I could tell by the game plan in which Dwight York, he had to take away some of the pressure. Yeah, he couldn't really play through the midfield because of the pace that we come with. The pace across the full front line. Cephas on the left, Tyrese Campbell on the right, Bailey Cadamarteri in the up the middle as the number 9. The pace was ridiculous.
Yeah.
And to be honest with you, to be very honest with you, the really only person on your backline that got pace is Cardines, in my opinion. Like that type of pace. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree. Trimingham definitely doesn't have that pace. I think Kobe Henry might have a better pace on him. I need to see him more to see if it's a consistent kind of thing. But yeah, definitely our backline is not the fastest.
So when those balls are coming in, when those balls are coming in, either mostly over the top, the judgment, because Cadamarteri is fantastic at making those runs. Those runs from Cadamarteri, he kind of okay, should I bring you back in? There we go.
Yeah.
He kind of put Trimingham and Kobe Henry, they had to be paying attention to the runs. They got to pay attention to the runs. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So with Rampersad not being able to be the player that he wants to be because he doesn't have his other 2 Swiss Army knives with him, it made it easier for us. It made it easier for us to play the ball through the midfield, which we don't normally do. We had some fantastic plays through the midfield. I was like, whoa.
There was one in his first half specifically. I remember it was a build-up from the right back position straight onto the left wing. And I was like, whoa. And a man messaged in the group chat. Somebody messaged in the group chat, Levi, Jamaica starting to knock the ball. I was like, yeah, boy, could be a long night. But but that's why I asked that question, Francis, because I was thinking to myself, like, I don't want to say it was a lucky win for Jamaica, because it wasn't luck. The funny thing is, it wasn't lucky for you, but it was unlucky for us because of the offsides and stuff. But I just didn't, and this is no disrespect at all, I just didn't see it as a great performance from Jamaica, and that added to our frustration. Is like we could have won that game, and especially if we had Molino and Phillips there, we would have won. I tell you that straight up. We would have won that game, I think, or at least had a much better chance of winning it. And but the thing about it is Jamaica is a quality team, and that's what I was saying. That you can't make those kind of mistakes against teams like Jamaica. They have quality in the squad. You understand what I'm saying?
Louis.
Yeah.
Respectfully, you gotta put on the red cup, man. You have to put on the red cup. Peter, brother. Hold on, you know you that still take last same way. It might not have been.
I don't think it would have been like that, honestly, because as I said, the game was sloppy. The two teams were completely sloppy, and I think Molino brings to a team, our team, is control a lot, and people, I don't think they appreciate that side of his game.
No, Molino's a lot of control. Yeah, Molino's about. But I'm telling you, go ahead.
The combination of Molino controlling and Phillips destroying, in that game in particular, it would have been important.
Yeah, and the Phillips one. So for me, the Phillips one was the bigger miss of the two, I think. And nothing to Molino, but I think we needed that in the midfield. And you saw we lacked it. It was a fragile midfield, and I love Rampersad, but he's not that kind of bruiser, which we needed yesterday. Phillips is that.
The only thing hold on, before I get into that, y'all like up the live, man. Come on, man. It's free 99. Free 99. Don't cost you nothing. Free, not three. Free. FREE 99. Like up the live, people. We got the two. We got the interception part on the show. Big up to Louis. We got Levi. We are biased. CT. You know Levi's biased 100%. You already know where it is. Pounds we talking about. You know what I'm saying? The two countries that we'd love to see advance to the FIFA World Cup. They got to come second, though. But we'd love to see them advance to the World Cup. No lies told, you know what I'm saying? So big up to them for forwarding tonight. We talked about it, and they made it happen. So I got to show big respects. I'm sure they had a lot of things they had to do, but they made it happen. So I respect it 100%. Big up on yourself every time. Let me get some of these comments real quick before I get to that comment. Big up to Stats. Stats, big up yourself. He said, bless up Francis and the panelists. Yeah, man, go on, big up yourself. Chelsea. Cobham Blue. Go on, big up yourself. Go on, big up yourself. There's a comment right here. Big up to Mr. Special Edition. None of the Trinidad defenders wanted the ball. None of them wanted the ball at all. That's for sure. Camille Alfonso. Big up to the Trini Flag. Campos. Man, I did a video on a breakdown again, the game for... long story short, YouTube was not having it, so that's not gonna work. Big up yourself anyways. Pharma, big up yourself. Let me see. Missing players. Yeah, we had Andre Blake that was missing. Amari Bell, Ethan Pinnock, Joel Latimer there, Bobby Reed, Leon Bailey, Damari Gray. Yeah, Powders would have had nightmares, and Soul Cardines would have had nightmares with Damari Gray going down that side. Let's be for real. Let's keep it all the way objective. That's your Wilson Francis. Yeah. That's my Wilson. He always beside me, man. Always. Yeah, that's how I always got my football with me. Don't make no mistake. Sits right beside me on my desk as I work, just to remind me of how much I love this game. See here? Yeah. I be doing step overs underneath the desk while I'm talking football. We keep it 100, man. We do this thing for real. Trinidad, our Caribbean rivals, never was going to have complete dominance. Never. 6 points plus 5 goal difference. Ole. Giovanni Henry said never a red card. Yeah, man, a couple of those was definitely a red card, man. You know we are talking about, brother. The kick in the face.
He had my shades.
He must have.
Yeah, he probably had my shades.
You said Casey Palmer's a roadman. Yo, Casey Palmer lost his head. Yo, I'm getting him on a wicked kick though.
That was so weird to me. Like
you know what was real funny about that situation? He looked completely innocent after. He was like, what?
Yeah, he was like, what did I do? I was like, no, what?
I almost believed him because I didn't see it in the instant. But when I see the replay, I was like, Casey, bro, what?
Yeah.
Louis
But
C.
yeah, it's crazy. Nah, but I
No,
definitely think. Oh, sorry.
sorry, he said, no, look, Louis, Jamaica is a wounded team. Definitely a wounded team, and we gave y'all two in the national stadium. Don't forget that, okay? Hold that. Cosa blanc for that one. People, people,
That
it was not
office was
luck,
empty.
yeah, I know. It was not luck, but either way, lucky fortune. Listen, our fans are a bit funny, eh? We'll talk about that in a minute.
Mm.
Big up to Prez. Although we had 8 missing, none of them except for Bobby, who might improve our midfield. That's for sure. One Barca. Big up yourself, Conrad Smith. Uptown 1G. I forgot Bobby Reed. 9
Bobby
missing. Blah
Reed,
blah blah blah
boy.
blah 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 blah. Yeah, Bobby Reed is that dude, eh?
That's a bowler.
The
Yeah,
little
big player,
engine.
big player.
Yeah, little engine that could, man. We haven't seen Bobby in a few games. So can you imagine Isaac Hayden, Bobby Reed in that midfield with either John Russell or Casey Palmer? Nightmares. Don't worry, man. Casey will be back on the bench when the other players, Casey, they're on some gangster thing. Yeah, man, he definitely is. So yeah, back to what you're saying. So what I was saying is that if Phillips was in your midfield, the only thing that would have happened, in my opinion, was that Trimmingham would have been freed up to really help Kobe Henry, because Phillips would have been having to help Cardines. He would have been dropped so deep in your half that he would have been the second man to double up and watch Cephas. What do you guys think about that?
I mean,
He wouldn't have
yes,
made that
and
progressive movement that like you thought he would have in the midfield to progress to get the ball to Molina, and Molina doing what he do best.
yeah, I think yes and no, because if Phillips playing Rampasad,
Mm.
Rampasad would have been freed up as well.
Yeah, I think, yeah, I agree, and I believe that we would have had a different kind of level of control, as Levi said, especially with Molino as well. And to be fair, although Rampasad was suppressed yesterday, and that's to show you how good he was, tidy on the ball, you know. I think he
Yeah.
might have given the ball away once or twice. So if so, twice is plenty, you know. And that's just to show you that's the difference. I think Phillips brings, as Levi said, it would have freed up those midfielders to help us keep possession a bit more and be a little more tidy in midfield. Because although Wayne Frederick was good,
Mhm.
you know, we never really, like, I wouldn't say we ever had control or any big amount of control over that game, if that makes sense.
Yeah, and the reason I bring up the Rampasad being a little more free is Rampasad covers a lot of ground. So even if
Yeah.
he has to be the one to get across to help Rio on certain occasions, because Phillips is a bit heavy as well, he doesn't get back as much. It would have been a little better for us. Truman
Yeah.
would have been he would have eased off the pressure a little bit, you know?
Yeah, Rio was kind of poor on the ball too. To me, he had a poor game.
Yeah.
He had a poor
The,
game. But
the
I want,
thing with
yeah, go ahead.
the thing with Rio, for me, Rio isn't naturally a right back. He's a right wing back.
Wing back, yeah.
Yeah. So he's accustomed with somebody covering for him.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
why Trimmingham had to cover for him, especially against
Mhm.
Cephas. Sometimes you had Yates Sealy had to come back, get to track back and
Mhm.
help a lot of times as well too when Bailey Cadamartiri was going down the middle and Trimmingham had to help
Yeah.
Kobe Henry. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? But I
so
want to ask you something real quick though. Real quick. What was going on with the uniforms? You guys got to explain that to me. That happened twice. What was going on with the uniforms?
I
I feel
think. Go ahead,
I
sorry.
mean that the undergarments
Yeah.
supposed to be the same color as the pants
the-
that they're wearing, and some of the players
Yeah.
were wearing blue and black and stuff. And to
Yeah.
me, Levi was wearing black, and that was the most obvious, and he didn't get pulled to the side. But so
Yeah.
that's just a kind of
But
embarrassment.
this ain't a runway show. This is
I
Yeah.
think the
football.
rule. I think the rule is Levi, that if it's not the same color as the thing, everybody on the team has to be wearing the same
Same
like
color under.
tights. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So if it wasn't white, everybody would have to wear black or whatever the case is. But I
Yeah.
mean, yeah. The thing what was getting me mad is like the ref is telling Sealy to change it or whatever, and Sealy is arguing, and I'm like, just go and change it. Like you can't
Yeah.
fight the referee in an instance like that. You know that's like this is not the game where he needed to be flustered. And you there fighting pants, just go and change and come back.
And
You know what I
even
mean?
Powder, when he was talking to Powder was taking his time. I was like, Powder, boy, hurry up.
Yeah, like if we win, like if we qualify for the World Cup already.
You hear Dwight talk saying, take it off.
Yeah.
And he just walked.
I thought Dwight was about to shut him a box like, brother, you still, man, the team needs you, hurry up.
Yeah, but yeah, that was weird. That was really weird.
Man, I want to show y'all this play. So every time Rampusad got on the ball, John Russell was right there. He was right there, nipping at him, right there. Give me that ball, right there. No turn. No, and he had no help. He didn't have his midfield partners that he usually have with Molina and Phillips. So we took great advantage at that. But I have to give you credit though. Yeah. Garcia is a big time baller, man. Garcia's a big time baller. Big time baller.
Funny enough.
We kept him relatively quiet though. Honestly, apart from those offside opportunities, he was pretty quiet. Wouldn't you guys admit?
Yeah, funny enough, you all saying he's a big time bowler, but I think in Trinidad the consensus changing a bit because we expect so much from him that people saying I don't think Levi is it anymore. We need to look at Nathaniel James and the real girls. But we know Levi is quote unquote our best player. And I feel like you all give him more respect than Trinidadians give him.
Yeah. Yeah. It's always harsher to be it's always easier, to be harsher from within, you know? But I agree with Levi. The thing is, sorry. I agree with Levi because and that's why you would say that, Francis, because to you just looking at the ability of the player. And if you look at that, you will see quality. Like, he doesn't lose the ball. It had an instance, well, more often than not, it had an instance where the ball came out and he used his body so well. I can't remember where it was in the midfield sometime, and it was just so easy the way he was able to just hold up the play. So another guy from Reggae Boyz community was also saying, yo, Levi Garcia is a big player. And that's because, as you say, from the outside, you all are watching, yeah, boy, touch, speed, everything, boss. But Trinidad, boss, like good. But how we watching in Trinidad?
I'm agreeing with you. What I'm saying is that's crazy. That
No. But let me
that way.
No, but let me land. So we see that, and I appreciate that, and I still believe he should be starting, just not in the 9. But the reason that the narrative around him in Trinidad is, bench him or thing is because he's good, but he's not performing and he's not bringing results for us. So it's like, why even? You're so good, but you're not doing anything with it, basically. That's what people are thinking. You understand what I mean? Because we are watching it like we want to win. Yes, we want our best players to play, but we expect you to deliver. Like, we are looking to Levi Garcia. So actually, when he scored that goal, the first one, I was so happy, Not just because we won, but for him. He needed that. The whole weekend he was getting licks, from that Curacao game. Licks.
He needed that release. Yeah, he
needed
that release.
But
so actually,
Len.
This is my last thing. Actually, the worst thing that could happen to Levi yesterday was to score 3 offside goals. I mean, it just killed his confidence. No, serious people calling him Mbappe and saying no. It got worse, which is so unfortunate because he's so good. But it's just not going his way at all.
What I was gonna say to add to your point is we treat Leon Bailey the same way you guys treat Levi Garcia.
Yes, exactly.
Bro, what have you done for us lately? That's what the fans. You haven't done anything, bro. Yeah, you play for these big clubs, but bro, you ain't scoring no goals. You out there doing a bunch of. But to be honest with you, Levi Garcia, one, he looks a bit like unfit. He doesn't look like he's fully fit, right? But like you said. Playing him at the 9 probably wasn't the best option for him in that game. And 2, he was pressing a lot by himself. Like, Spicer wasn't really helping him press. And Sealy had to spend a lot of times tracking back. So he was really out there by himself up front, having to deal with Damian Lowe. You know, Damian Lowe had a solid game, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? And his opposition in terms of Greg Lee that was playing on that side, it was nightmares for him. He was gonna have a tough game regardless. He was gonna have a tough game, but you can't listen. 1v1, nightmare. Levi Garcia 1v1 is absolute nightmare.
Once he's able to turn and face you up.
Yeah. That's it.
Be honest, he chopped. When I say chop, like samurai sword, chopped Richard King out of his clothes when he scored that offside goal. Oh my days!
You know,
that dude slid all the way to Europe. I'm telling you, bro. Oh my days!
But that wow. I was thinking about how much I celebrated that. I video called them.
He called me. And we were here doing our watch along, and we were all celebrating the same way. And
because you see, it had to be Levi to win us that game. Like that would have just been perfect, you know.
The thing for me,
hey boy. I'm feeling in pain, yes.
It wasn't like a good enough game for me because a lot of things happened in that game that I felt like, what? First of all, what's going on with his hamstring? He was doing that from the Curacao game. Like he spent the whole 80 minutes grabbing his hamstring. You gotta give me some insight on that.
The reason I'm laughing is not I don't know anything what's wrong with his hamstring, but while the watch along was happening, someone was saying from Trinidad that there's a Trinidad culture thing. When somebody doing a lot of crap in a sweat or a game, they pretend to be injured a lot. So Levi holding his hamstring was like, look at him. He knows.
He out there faking injuries because he ain't doing that. That's funny. That's funny. Hold on, let me get to the chat real quick. I can't leave the people out. Y'all make sure you like up the stream, man. Like up the stream. It's free 99. Free 99. You know we like free. You know when you smell that pot and you pull up to your brethren, yo, let me get a free plate. Yeah, man. What you got over there? Let me get a free food. You know the food? Yeah, man. What you got in the fridge? Yeah, me get that free beer now. Yeah, man. You go to the restaurant and you ball. Me can't get that free. Yeah, man. Give me a free drinks. What about? Of course, you know we like free. Come on, like up the live. It's free. Click that like and subscribe button. It's free. Big up. Let me see when the comment says moving on right here. Hold on. Let me see. John Sutherland said we win the next two. What? We win the next two. We reach the World Cup. That's definitely the plan. Seafest, I see him trying to change. He's definitely trying. I must say that I was proud to watch Dwight York as a top baller representing the Caribbean. Much respect to Dwight York. You actually made a comment earlier that I wanted to read. Hold on. She made a very, very good comment earlier.
Seeing Scully in the chat. Big up Scully.
Yeah, big up Skull, man. One Skull, man.
So big up yourself, Scully. So he's saying, Dwight York, so has he been generally accepted as the best addition as a coach? What do you guys think? Which is Dwight York.
The reaction from TNT generally, that is why we pack out the stadiums now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's because of Dwight. And I mean, a lot of other factors as well, but the main thing is Dwight York is in charge. So, yeah.
Yeah, I think he's generally well accepted by everybody, but people who read a little deeper into it might have some criticisms. But in the same breath, it's like, okay, if we fire Dwight, who will be the next guy, kind of thing, you know?
Facts. Yeah. He brings a lot to the table. Go ahead.
Dwight deserves time.
I believe so. I agree.
He deserves time because he has won everywhere he's been so far as a manager. I mean, forget about what he's done as a player because you know what he's done as a player, but as a manager in Australia, he's won his league. So just give him a chance. Ride the rough wave and let's go. Give him a chance. Give him time.
Yeah.
Somebody wanted me to remind you. Big up to Eagles. Wanted to remind you in the comment with a comment saying that Damian Lowe hasn't played football in months. Damian Lowe hasn't played competitive football in months, and he came out, stood up tall against Trinidad and Tobago. Yeah.
Birmingham too.
Hold on, what you say? Damian Lowe said,
Eagle.
I'm feeling nice.
People, you over next to sports song, yeah? I'm being Vibes USA. What? What?
Yeah, blessings we are reaping, we coursing on full.
What you say? All right, big up his. I had to remind them, one head of state, one Damian Lowe stood up tall. Sean
I remember
Sutherland.
we were talking about that in the last stream.
Yeah.
Yes.
Damian Lowe is
Yes.
a leader. That's a rock.
Yes. Again, he's another player. Let's be honest. He's another player that a lot of Jamaicans, including me, have gave him a lot of flack because he's a walking yellow card. So I was very surprised he didn't get no yellow card in none of these two games. I'm keeping it 100. He a walking yellow card, but he stood tall and he played level-headed, which was fantastic. I got to give him his props because if I'm going to give him a hard time for making bad decisions and not playing the way he needs to, when he does play well, again, objective. I got to give him his props. Big up yourself, Damian Lowe. One Damian Lowe. Let me see right here. So there's a comment. Trini talking, they better bear Bermuda. Are you guys considering Bermuda for the next window?
I mean,
because Bermuda scored 2 goals versus Curacao. Y'all can score none.
I actually watched over pieces of the Curacao versus Bermuda game, and honestly, Curacao played way more open against Bermuda than us. So it's like they played open, so Bermuda definitely would have opportunities. So I think, yeah, they did score against Curacao, but what version of Curacao did they get?
Yeah.
What do you mean? What version of Curacao? The version that came. The version that came to try to get 3 points. What do you mean?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. So when they came to Trinidad, they played well, yeah, but defensively, they were pretty sound. So
yeah.
So in saying that, Bermuda would have chances if they played so openly against.
So you're saying it took them lightly?
Curacao, yeah, it took them lightly. So it's like we're gonna score how much? We're gonna outscore them even if they score against us. I wish they did because I think the game ended up 3-2.
3-2, yeah. And Curacao was home, right? Curacao was at home for that game, right?
Yeah, they were. They were at home because we went to Bermuda for the first leg.
Right. Yeah, so they would have had that kind of. I think they would have gone for it more, having been at home and that kind of thing, comfortable on the pitch or whatever. So.
Yeah, but with that being said, we will respect Bermuda. I mean, with all
being honest with you, Levi, like I haven't given up hope on qualification, but I think we should just focus on being the best second play. Like, I don't think the mentality should be. We should aim to win the rest of our games, but based on what has happened here, I'm already settling for trying to finish as the best second place finisher. I don't think we'll get our top spot again. Unfortunately,
as a fan, it's okay to think like that, but for the players, I think they should just think of it every game.
Yeah, for sure.
Winning this game, the next game. Don't study what Jamaica doing, Just think about
for sure.
The other games.
But for me, I think I've surrendered that top spot because you see, even if we win all the rest, I don't think Jamaica will. Might drop points. I don't know. But I don't think they'll lose any games. The only game I think they will lose is in Hazley Crawford Stadium.
Yeah.
And even then,
rightfully so. Rightfully so.
No, but even then, we can't make up the ground because they have 5 points ahead of us. That's a lot of points.
Yeah,
So
and we
that was
got
my
They have
fear.
a considerable goal difference as well.
6 goals
Correct.
and no goals against. So you got to remember that too.
And we have no goals scored and 2 goals against. So,
But
I
football is a funny thing. I'll just say
it
that. I'll
is,
just
it
put that
is,
into the atmosphere.
it
Football is
is,
a
it
funny
is.
thing.
That's what I
Hey,
say. I haven't given up.
hey, Scully, you might have to come join Levi and Louis because boy, they getting peer lashings tonight. No, yeah, man, peer lashings tonight because you know what? This is the team, the version of the team that played against Trinidad at the office. A lot of people would say was not the best version of the Reggae Boyz, missing players like Bobby Reed, like to me, the best goalkeeper in CONCACAF, Andre Blake. You understand? You got Andre Blake back there with defense playing the way they're playing. Ain't nobody scoring on the Reggae Boyz. Let me say that again. Because at times our goalkeeper look real shaky going down the stretch. I ain't gonna lie to you. Yeah, it made me
That last sequence where he ran into the defender.
and give him a
Yeah.
wicked. So
Yeah.
Andre Blake coming back, and then you gotta think about it. Dwight York is not a foolish man. When you look over and you see Damari Gray on the left, and you see Leon Bailey on the right, the game plan changes. The players within themselves will have a small, slight nervousness of, are they on form this time around? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's going to be
Yeah.
something that's going to be on their mind.
Yeah.
But Levi and Francis, I think if Damari Gray comes back for that leg against Trinidad, in Trinidad, sorry, there's a possibility, or it may be a wise move to play Alvin Jones in that game, because I think he is defensively better than Rio in an instance like that. I don't know how you feel about that.
Here's what I think about that. The thing with what Rio is accustomed to, he's accustomed to looking at space defensively. He's not accustomed with a player running at you constantly,
Correct. Yeah,
like what
yeah, yeah,
Levi
yeah.
was doing. Damari Gray he played across Europe, he played in England, which they do the same thing. They're accustomed attacking space, and Rio is good at defending space. So I'm not saying no, but I think the matchup will balance. It's just me. I think the matchup will balance itself because the Mary Gray, yeah, he will take you on, but he's taking on the space more than taking on the player to get across him. If you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So, given what is your feeling? You guys are on the ground. What is your feeling when it comes to Dwight York and the players that he has in his system right now? Is it that Cardines is showing more of a future? He's showing more than Alvin Jones right now. Is that because he's going with a lot of young players, right? Kobe Henry, Rio Cardines. Like, give me your thoughts on that.
I understand what Dwight trying to do, but at the same time, the players he has at his disposal, I don't think they fit the system he wants to play. I understand he don't want to be a defensive team anymore, but playing 5 in the back doesn't mean you're a defensive team. Because if we have players like Tyree Spicer and again Rio Cardines playing on the widest positions, they get forward and back a lot. They do a lot of up and down. So I understand he's trying to be on the front foot. He's trying to make Trinidad a ball playing team. We want to put our foot down and play on the ball. But the players that we have at our disposal, we should be playing a different system. That's just me. That's just how I think. And Levi should not be playing in the 9. Yeah. Levi shouldn't be playing in the 9. He should be playing out wide.
So you're saying Dwight is Ruben Amorim?
No. Yeah, kinda. He's a really good coach, but he just wants to play his style and doesn't,
Yeah, fair.
that he has.
But one thing I hope we qualify for the World Cup, right? But one thing I'll say is we spoke about it earlier. He's identifying certain players that, as we go along. So me personally, I didn't know about Dante Sealy before this year. I didn't know too much about Wayne Frederick, and I think he's promising enough to be in our setup going forward. He's 21, so if we are able to build for the next few years with some of these youngsters, Rio and stuff, and who knows, in the next 4 years, Rio could be playing Premier League football, Crystal Palace, if he's able to stay, So we have these young players, and maybe, and this is not me backing out, Levi, I'm still confident that we could do it. But even if we don't qualify for the World Cup, it's not like this is our absolute best chance. Well, actually, it probably is, because next 4 years we wouldn't have the Mexico, Canada, and USA out of our qualification. But I still think that we could build these players, because a lot of these guys are young, and in the next 5 years they'll be in their peak age, have a little more experience. So no, we wouldn't have the likes of Molino and them, unfortunately. But as you rightfully say, if Wayne Frederick plays a little further up, could be effective. So we through this journey, we've been able to identify some players that, once we keep hold of them, could be promising going forward.
Yeah, and again, we need to give Dwight York time with these players that
Yeah,
we're talking about right now.
exactly.
Yeah.
And we need to play more friendlies, boy.
Yeah.
We need to get more matches with these guys, because they play all over the world and they don't know each other.
I got something. I got two things to say. I got two things to say. Yeah, because I just had to rewatch the Casey Palmer foul. Right. I want to get you guys' thoughts on the foul. All right. Like, be very honest with me. Yeah. What is your thoughts on a player defending, running in the pathway of a player that's chasing the ball when neither of them are close to the ball?
Say that again.
Fredericks is, the ball is going towards Powders, right? Ball was played out.
Yep.
Fredericks, instead of running towards Powders to see if he's gonna give him some, he tried to block out. Like, he's putting his hand on Casey Palmer to try and like play defense on him.
Right.
Yeah.
What is your thoughts on that? Because that's really the reason why he kicked him. He's like, bro, you're not even, we're both not close to the ball. Like, why are you trying to shield me from the ball?
I actually don't see anything wrong with that. As a former player, that's things you just do in a game. Any little thing to get the advantage, and it's not something illegal to put out your hand. It's illegal to push somebody, but to put out your hand and the person running into the back of your hand and you just keeping your hand solid.
Yeah, it's almost like you're shielding a player from the ball that you don't have.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
It's not illegal to do, but I understand the frustration. Honestly.
Okay. I was about to say, like, I'm watching it back and I'm like, I'd probably, my chip would probably lick to it. I'd probably kick him to it. Oh, man. But it could have cost us. I just wanted to know your thoughts on that, man. Let's get to this comment section real quick, because Scully had some things he wanted to say about the team, so I'm gonna definitely read those comments. We don't get out of here because it looks like Louis about to fall out, man. If you shake one more time, his head about to roll. Big up yourself, Louis. Time Scully was about to cry on his birthday. Yo, happy belated birthday, Scully. Yeah, big up yourself every time. Wanna go hard against Bermuda and back them up. That's one way to put yourself in a good position, and not to go and beat up Bermuda and score one bag of goals. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Scully said, nah, Hazy Crawford would be a different vibes. I don't think so. Yeah, because you guys got 2 goals from a lot of fans. I'm going to say fans. A lot of fans say our B squad. Our B squad gave you 2 at home. Remember, Bailey Catamartiri, yeah, is relatively new. This is his second cap for Jamaica, and he put 1 in the back. Take up the onion bag. You hear what I just said? Yeah. You hear what I just said? Let me say that again. I said Bailey Catamartiri, yeah, was his second cap at this level for 1 in the back of your net. Yeah, our number one striker, who was our number one striker, was sitting in the stands.
Who's that?
Warner Brown.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, who scored 4 goals in 9 caps.
I was to ask you, you rate Bailey over Shaman Nicholson?
For sure.
Really?
Yeah. But one thing I can tell you though, I'm gonna be honest with you. One thing I can tell you though, to score 19 goals in 56 caps is nothing easy to do. So I gotta salute him. Straight up. I gotta salute him. Right now, we're talking about in terms of pace, in terms of touch, in terms of football IQ, definitely Bailey Martiri over all the strikers we have.
Where does he play his football?
In Sheffield Wednesday in the championship division.
Right. Okay, yeah. Okay.
But his first touch, his just being able to play the ball off, he doesn't take too many touches. His runs are phenomenal. Bailey Martiri, oh my days. That young boy can play football. Just the runs he makes defenders have to think. His pressing is also on another level. The way he pressed Trimmingham a few times and made him turn over the ball. He pressed Cardines a few times and made him rush past and turn over the ball. Like, he is one of them that causes a lot of turnovers just from pressing. Yeah? So that means that he's doing a lot of running, and he still has the energy to make a run that can play the ball over the top. You can't teach that. That's something that's desire.
Yeah,
That's something that you want. You know what I'm saying? And for me, Shamar Nicholson, when you talking about, like, if you want to talk about like pure goal scorer, I haven't seen another one. That dude, Shamar Nicholson, can put the ball in the back of the net. I just feel like he lost a step. Like, the speed isn't there that he used to have. You know what I mean? But in terms of scoring, you can never take that away. It's like a boxer and the power. The power is the last thing to go. Yeah, the goal scoring. If you put him near the goal, like, he almost scored. If he didn't take that extra touch, he would have scored against Trinidad and Tobago. You guys know that. You lie. You remember that play?
Yeah.
Got in free and he would have scored, and he scored against Bermuda. He came in 72nd minute, came in and he scored against Bermuda. That's what he does. He just finds a way to score. He don't need a lot of touches, but if you put the ball in the right area, he gonna put the ball in the back of the net. That's one Shamar Nicholson, one big Boza. But let me read Scully's thing real quick. He said, yes, Alvin is needed. So he agrees with you guys that Alvin is needed. I guess to play over Rio Cardines at that position. You guys agree with that, right?
Not for every game. Not necessarily for every game.
But I think in the game against Jamaica, where that experience is needed, Alvin should be in the team.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, listen, man, final thoughts, guys. I'm not going to take y'all time up no more. I really appreciate y'all being here. Give me y'all final thoughts on the game, post-match review. I know for sure that Levi was very upset. Yeah, he was relatively upset. But don't be so hard on your team. It was going to be hard for them to go into the office and really put up the type of performance that you wanted. It wasn't going to happen with our B team. And listen, one thing about the Reggae Boyz. Let me tell you one thing about the Reggae Boyz. Hold on. Look at me good. Hold on. Look at me good. Let me come a little closer. One thing about the Reggae Boyz is we love to play in opponents' arena. The stadiums, that's what they love the most. Just remember. So coming to Hazy, I'm telling you, them boys, they get up. They like to the crowd. They love to quiet the crowd. That's why they went to Bermuda, yeah, and put 4 on them.
Don't worry. I personally making sure the Easy Crawford is going to be bouncing. Put some fear in them Jamaicans' heart.
I'm not gonna lie. It's been a long time that I've seen Dwight York so quiet on the sideline. He was very quiet. He was quiet.
I think he was so upset that he just went mute. You know, when you're that upset, you just zone out. Yeah, he was that upset.
Louis, what you saying?
When Dwight?
Yeah,
the game in general?
No, do Dwight and then the game in general.
Yeah, I think he's disappointed as well. Yeah, I think he shares the sentiment as all the fans as. I mean, we didn't win any of the games in this starting thing. which is so disappointing. So I think it was a frustration, and then the game was heated. So I think all of that kind of added to his, whole aura. But the game, again, as I say, so many things to be frustrated about. And I think what makes this losing to Jamaica just makes the Curacao draw even worse, because we really should have won that game. Because if we had won that game and then lost yesterday, I mean, we would have still been vexed that we lost. But at least we have something in the bank, Right now, a draw.
Hold on, what's in the bank? The draw.
No, I was saying, if we had won against Curacao,
Yeah.
right, and lost yesterday, at least we would have had something in the bank. We would have been 3 points behind y'all, and then we could say, okay, well, we beat you in Trinidad, we have a better chance to top the group. But that 5-point gap, I was fearing that. That's a huge gap. There's not the Premier League with 38 games, There's 4 more.
So all that means that you can't go to you can't play Curacao and draw again.
No, we have to win all. That's the thing. We have to win all.
Except the Reggae Boyz game, for sure. 1,000.
No, that's the one. That game is worth 6 points.
Yeah, that is the one.
That's a 6-point game.
Yeah, that is the one. That is the one.
Isn't that our last game? Oh no, second to last. Second to last.
Last game.
So you guys have to come on, man. You got to be second. You got to be the next nation to make. You're not gonna be first. You already know. Levi is already. See, Louis always. I'm telling you, Jay. Levi, you got to put on the cup, man.
I'm always confident.
But who we who we gonna lose to? Do you think, in your opinion, that's gonna give you an opportunity to become first?
I don't think you all will lose against Curacao, but the Curacao is definitely going to make it difficult for you all across there. I don't think most of your players are accustomed playing on AstroTurf. I think that's what Curacao play on. That is a whole different kettle of fish. I don't know if you know that, but Trinidadians are accustomed playing on it, yeah. So I think we will fare better across there. And us, you're losing against us.
Let me tell you something.
For sure.
Hold on, let me tell you something. Our field is absolutely terrible.
No, that's the thing.
And I know Hazy Crawford, I know y'all take great care of your pitch. Our players play a lot in Europe. They will enjoy playing on that phenomenal pitch you guys got over there. You're gonna see some great football. I'm telling you. That's what
They might enjoy the pitch, but you see the atmosphere, it'll be like something they never seen before. Trust me.
They ain't worried about the atmosphere. They're not worried about the atmosphere.
Trust me. We're gonna bring it. We're bringing it. Something they will talk about this for years. We're gonna bring it that day.
Yeah, I'll say this now. I believe that we will beat Jamaica in that game. Regardless of the equation.
But you just said that, and you got 2, and we sent you on the flight back to Trinidad.
Confidence bubbles over and gets into everybody when I
say all part.
You mean delusional?
Nah.
Sounds like a cup of delusion. What are you drinking? Come on. What do you mean? You said, remember, no fear. Listen, I think we put fear in your hearts on that football pitch. I don't see what changes y'all gonna make at Hazley Crawford that's gonna be so different for us. Let's be honest.
Daniel Phillips and Kevin Molino.
You really think that at their age they're gonna make that much of a difference? Really?
Days where they had to play it all out. This is like get everything out.
You're putting a lot of pressure on them. Do you guys realize that your country is putting a lot of pressure on Molina and Phillips?
No pressure. We know what they can do. There's no pressure.
Louis, you believe it too?
What, that we could win against Jamaica?
With Molina and Phillips?
Yeah, I do. I think with Kevin Molino, this could be his last chance to qualify for a World Cup. So he has to leave it all out there, So time will tell.
Listen, we definitely gonna do this again because next window, we pulling up. We liven up the thing. Yeah, I'm gonna link you guys on the Instagram. We gonna definitely sort something out because we gotta do this again. The two nations, qualify for the World Cup. Yeah, as long as y'all second, the two nations, and we got to qualify for the World Cup. Because at the end of the day, I want to see Trinidad qualify for the World Cup. I do. I'm going to tell you straight up. No lies told. I want to see Trinidad qualify for the World Cup alongside Jamaica. Yeah? But you got to lose both games to us. It's okay, though.
Francis, we talk about this already. Francis, we went through this process already. It's time for Wallet to come second. Go through the playoffs. We do it already. We get already the blueprint. Or they can go ahead and do it now.
Listen, man. Go ahead, Louis. Go ahead.
No. I was just laughing.
Definitely. So I just want to say, man, thank you to everybody that's tuning in. Make sure you guys support these brothers right here, man. They're good brothers. They're putting out the good content. They're out there and they're covering the Trinidad and Tobago team, and they're covering all sports in Trinidad. So you got to make sure that you bless them up. The Interception Pod, go ahead and like and subscribe over there. Because again, it's free, 99. Make sure you go Levi with the shades, you know what I'm saying? Soon enough, yeah, when we win the second game, you're going to take off the shades. We Are Biased, TT. Go over there and subscribe to them brothers, man. Show them some love, even though, you know what I'm saying, we the rivals. At the end of the day, when we not playing each other, we brothers, you understand? And we stand together. One TNT, one Jamaica. Let's go, people. Like up the live. It's free, 99. This is the post-match review with the Reggae Boyz and the Soca Warriors. Content creators. We do what we can to make sure that we highlight, we highlight not only our country, but the sports in our country, especially the football. We love it. We love it. And you can see by the passion, and we love it. Yeah, Levi almost shed tears. Scully, he almost shed tears. Louis, oh my days. Oh my days. You understand? Shamelessly flying the flag, shamelessly, after taking a 2-0 lashing. Yeah?
Never be ashamed of my country, boy. Never.
No lineman till October. No lineman till October.
Lineman tonight.
Because if they don't know, remember, it's one Reggae Boyz.
Forever.
One Reggae Boyz. What you say? People, big up yourself. We gonna do this again. Y'all look out for us, man. We gonna do it again. And Ball Pre TV, he ducked out on us tonight, man. So y'all make sure next year he's Ball Pre TV. He was supposed to be here tonight, and he ducked out on us tonight. But big up to y'all. Blessings. I thank you so very much. Thank you for making this possible, because it wouldn't be possible without y'all, man. One Louis, one Levi. Big up yourself. Let's keep the link. Yeah. Bless up.
For sure.
Talk again. Yes, people. Go on, big up on yourself. You already know what it is, people. We up out of here. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. If you are watching on the rewatch, make sure you drop a comment, because if you talk to me in the comment section, you already know I'm going to talk back. Definitely. Keep it respectful, man, because these brothers, at the end of the day, we all doing it for our country. We all doing it because we love the football. Yeah? So no disrespect or go on. Just straight about the love for the football. Even though we play each other and we rivals and things are said, we're not on the field playing, man. The players got to go in there and play. We just sitting here bantering and having a great time. What you saying, Levi?
All love and banter.
Yeah, man. Go and big up on yourself every time. We out of here, people. Peace.